gang.
Welcome to the Colorado School of Mines Esports Lab grand opening. I'll be your host tonight. I'm Blue Core, also known as Logan. I am the president of Mines Club Esports here, and we have a Valorant show match for y'all with the grand opening of the room. So I'll go ahead and take you guys over to the room here where we got our 2 teams of 5 getting ready to play. We can see people in the range getting ready to play some Valorant. We're waiting on some people to get back into the TeamSpeak here, and as well as the game, so then we can go ahead and get started. But we'll go ahead and get started here within the next 5 minutes. Today we'll have just one show match for you guys. We'll be playing Pearl. We'll be playing a full game as well as just kind of until the event ends. We have 2 teams of 5. We have people ranging from the varsity team as well as down to just people here for some casual play. We're pretty excited. This esports room has been in development for many semesters, and we've had many different administrators, many different students work on kind of getting the lab ready for you guys. So we're excited to bring this in and kind of get things started. Let me go ahead and let me check if everything. Just gonna check if we're roughly 3 minutes out. But today I'm kind of sat in our broadcast room. We have a nice little microphone here. It's not set up great, but we do have a microphone. We do have a great streaming PC as well as a green screen for kind of those esports events. We do have the lab room set up, and within the room we kind of have 10 gaming PCs, which are kind of in line with each other, facing each other. And then we have 2 coaches' PCs on the end. It's kind of hidden by the esports lab little... what should you call that? The ribbon that's kind of sitting there with all the balloons. That little display there. Behind that's two coaches' PCs, so our teams can have coaches in here who can call tack timeouts and talk with our teams, talk through strategy, kind of help improve the teams. Looks like we're getting close to starting the match. But if you have any questions about the room, please drop them in either of the chats. We're streaming on both YouTube on the Mines Rec page as well as the Mines Esports Twitch page. If you have questions about either of the about anything about the room, go ahead and drop them in chat, and we'll try to respond to them as much as possible. On YouTube, we're probably going to be responding through text chat versus Twitch. I can answer you guys here in person. Questions about the room? And we'll go ahead and pin this message here. Cool. So again, a lot of work has been gone into the room. We've got tech funding from the school. We got some funding from club sports, and we've got some help from pretty much every direction of Mines admins. We've had people who coming in through, we have people who are coming through in the student life. We have people who are coming through with IT. We have people who are coming through kind of in that presidency area. PCJ has been wondering where the room's coming along, so we'll hopefully be able to see from him later. He should be in the room. But yeah, we've had a lot of different people, and then we've also had a lot of different students come through here. Our previous president Riker and his officer team have been instrumental in laying the groundwork of club esports, kind of getting those teams rolling. And then kind of our current officer group has kind of took off and ran from where he was, and kind of worked towards getting the PCs we currently see in the lab. Let me go ahead and check. Are we... give us 1 second here before we get into the match. Alrighty, we are ready to go ahead and get into our match here. So we're going to go ahead and get this started. Let me make sure my audio is on. Ooh, that is quite loud. We're going to go ahead and get into some Pearl today. It's going to be returning to the map pool here within the next couple weeks. We're going to see some locks come in. We're going to see the Yoru come out on the attacker's side. We're going to just call them attackers and defenders for today since we don't have actual team names. So again, we have some students coming in from both the esports teams as well as just kind of some casual players, which kind of looks like someone may have crashed while getting into the game. We'll go ahead and get back into the game once they get back in. Sometimes that happens. Technical difficulties as kind of expected. But once we get past this, we'll get going back in. But yeah, we just wanted to mention too, the esports room will be open for competitive play starting this week. Some of our teams have actually played a couple of their matches in here, but a lot of them start their matches this week. Those matches will be kind of in the evening times. And ahead of those evening times, we're hoping to offer open play hours. So if you'd like to have some open play rec time, just come in, play some games, play with some friends. Go ahead and check the Minds Rec Sports website. The esports landing page will be open tomorrow. So if you want to play open rec hours, if you're not involved with the club at all, go ahead and check the Minds Rec Sports website tomorrow for open play hours. We should be announcing those through the Discord as well as through social media. And I believe Rec Sports will be posting about it through your daily blast and probably their socials as well. So keep an eye out for that. Let me go ahead and check and make sure we're ready. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get back into the game here. Very cool. So again, we're kind of getting back into some older maps. Pearl is a map that was introduced a couple of years ago in Valorant, pretty early on into its life cycle. Was removed because Valorant likes to keep 7 map pools. This kind of keeps it easy for picks and bans for competitive play. So in a normal season match, what we'll do is we'll have one team bans, the other team bans the map, then that same team will pick a map, the opposite team will pick their side, and then it switches, so that team that just picked a side will then pick their map choice. Then the other team will pick their side, we go ban, and then the last map is the decider, with the team 1 as the gets to choose their side on the last map. Valorant has chose this just because it's so easy for competitive. It gets a little bit different when you get into playoff play, but for the most part, those picks and bans type deal is pretty consistent. So we're going to see the attackers have locked in all of their agents here. We do see Vanquish on the Jet here. Pretty big Jet map coming in, so kind of surprising that the attackers are not in. It does sound like there's some things going on outside in the room. So we'll go ahead and switch to the room real quick while we get into this last little bit of map play. Looks like everyone's pretty excited to play. Looks like we got pretty much everyone locking in, and we're going to go ahead and get this game started. So again, as you see, we're going to see some people ranging in skill level. It looks like we have a couple pretty high levels, a couple people kind of on the lower side. Level does not indicate skill level, however, so we're just going to get into this game, and we're going to just see how it goes. Pretty excited to see these teams play. And we are going to turn this sound down pretty far. Alrighty. That sound should hopefully be just a little bit more manageable. Bear with us as we're trying to figure this out. We just got access to the room pretty early on, but we're going to see these agents come in here. We're going to see, kind of see yellow team kind of stack over towards the A side here, hoping for their attack. Let's go ahead and go spectate some of those players. Let's see. So it looks like we're going to see Oosh here, who's on our varsity team. We're going to see him try to take this mid just a little bit. He's playing Chamber, who's got a wide range of utility, some ranging in guns, as well as a TP and a trip to cover their flank. We're going to see A-Dog the King here kind of push up and try to take Art just a little bit. Looks like their art's pretty open, so we're going to see an A hit come through with a late hit through A main. Don't have a ton of action coming over from the rotates in the defense quite yet, but Jet trying to hold down the site. CSM Oosh with the first pick of the game. We do have Red Wiz here kind of sitting in the back, trying to pick off Fully Blind from the Yoru here. Gets the pick on Katara. And then we're going to see the defense try to come in here for a retake. We do have two of these players here going for the post plant, trying to hold on to this bomb. Wall is up, blocking their sight line just a little bit. A-Dog the King trying to push through. No one's on the bomb quite yet. And we do see Swizzle swing through the smoke to get the kill, and defense takes round one. Let me see if I can grab... We're missing some of the overlay here, which is not ideal. Okay, well, we're going to be missing the scoreboard here for just a minute, but we're going to see this attacking side team try to come down mid here. They're on an eco, so they do not have money to buy full weapons. So we're going to see Brendan here. Swizzle get the first pick. 4. Oh! And he gets 4 for the 4K, getting in round 2 here pretty early on. Now we're going to see the attackers. They're going to have a lot more money. They're going to be on their first buy round. While the defenders are on their bonus here, trying to get some picks, trying to just have that. Counter-Strike show match 1? Hey, let's set it up. Let's get it for one of these weekends in here. Do see the round start here. The attack side's going to lean a little bit more towards B. They do have the eco advantage, so they're going to have rifles, while the defending team's mostly going to have SMGs. Does favor them in this long B take here. Does look like they're prodding down mid just a little bit. Hutton with the, or Katara for the opening pick here. Going to see the attack try to push up just a little bit farther. The Sage may take first contact on site here. Do see a pick coming out from mid here.
One enemy remaining.
And we do have the last defender here trying to come through. CT does get smoked off. Does have an Odin, which is a pretty expensive buy, so we may see them try to save here. We may see him try to go for something. Does spot out the player back sight. Tries to get a spam through the smoke. Can't quite find it. Tries to poke a little bit through heaven. A little bit worried about the mid. We do see on the minimap, though, no one's mid. They're kind of stacked towards this long. Do see a jump peek come through, and we will see the save come through. Worried about the person maybe coming from backside through CT. But alas, the attack's going to go try to keep their guns here, try to have a flawless round. Going into round 4. I'm going to cut back to the room here, just kind of see some of the players play just a little bit while I'm trying to figure out where these settings will be, because they shouldn't be off. Does look like we do have a tech pause here coming in. Looks like we may have froze on one of the PCs here, so we'll wait to see how this gets fixed while we're going in here. Looks like we do have a restart coming through on one of these PCs, so we're going to stay in this tech pause just a little bit longer. During tech pauses, players typically won't communicate with their teams. During the show match, we're playing the rules a little bit lightly. People are running around, but tech pause, you're typically supposed to be seen as kind of an informal pause to the game, which means that no strategy should be talked about. But during tactical timeouts, teammates can talk with their coach, which is typically the only time that they're allowed to talk with their sixth person, if it's applicable in their scenario, as well as kind of talk about plans for future rounds, and it kind of gives them a little bit of a breather. And while we wait here, I am going to grab someone and see if I can get this scoreboard to show up. Okay, sorry about the delay. We are back. We did have a couple of tech issues, so we are going to restart the game. So we are going to restart the game. We're just going to have people kind of relock their agents. We had someone who disconnected from the game. It happens on occasion. So we're going to go ahead and we'll get back here. I did keep on all around, so we'll just kind of play until we are ready to move forward with the rest of the event. But we're going to run through here. We're going to try to get some rounds in, hopefully get the game completed. We'll see if that actually happens or not. But we should have a HUD. We should have our players. As long as we don't alt-tab, we should be good. That is an issue that we have had on some PCs, some not. That was not how you spell Yoru. Whoops. So we are going to see the same team comps locked in. I will give... Let's see if I can give the defending team. And this is kind of the cool things you can do with some of the moderator settings. I may be able to add 2 rounds. Yeah, so we're going to see these kind of come through back again. We do have the HUD back up, however, which is very nice to see. And we are going to see the attacking team kind of re-evaluate. They were down at the beginning of last game, but we're just going to do a quick full reset. In a competitive match, you try to have the rounds be as even as possible, but obviously you can't exactly get exactly where you were. But let me go ahead and we'll leave chat on because you can see people in there. But we're going to see the Yoru kind of throw a flash into Art here, potentially. Try to see the attacking team take A like they did in round 1. We do see a scan come in, which is going to indicate for the defending team that they should stack a little bit closer towards A, that an A hit may be coming in. Viper here, Swizzle, is a little bit worried of a mid to Art push, but has decided to leave it, try to have their Cypher kind of pick up that space. This attack is going to try to take a little bit space away from main, kind of send some towards Art. It looks like they're going to send at least 2, maybe 3 here. And we do see this Jet kind of take their positioning here, thinking that someone may be coming through Art. We're going to see one fight come through here. Good first pick by the defense. Going to reset back a little bit, not give them any trades. Now they're going to play their numbers. Attack side is going to try to pivot a little bit towards this connector side of B. Going to try to run into the Cypher here. The Cypher is going to take this first contact off this trip. A little bit worried of B long. They break the trip and reset back to mid. It looks like they may go for a long push here. We do have the Cypher cam long, and this chamber is rotating over through CT. Katara's going to take the first contact here with 10 health, hoping for his teammates to trade him. The Cypher cam does see B long, so we're going to see a quick, fast rotate for these defenders onto site. And this Jet is once again going to take this first contact. Yoru does TP backside. Does get killed, does have 10 health though. We do have 2 left on the attacking side. And we do see a flawless round come out from the defense, however... Interesting. All good. It's fixed now. Again, technical difficulties are not unexpected in these types of rounds. So we're going to see the defense kind of set up back here again. Do you see 2 Sentinels here on B? Sentinels are very good for kind of holding off choke points and stalling the attackers, helping their teammates rotate through, as well as holding down lurks. So we did see that Cypher kind of get that info on B long pretty early in the round, allowing the defense to stack on B pretty early. Looks like we are going to see some contact come through. In Art, Jet does get the first pick on defense, backs up. Again, playing their numbers. We do see Jet's going to try to get another here. Does die, giving the attack a little bit of opening into Art, as well as a Stinger, which is great for close range. They do get the trade back into mid, and this Judge here could be devastating for the attacking team. It does get 1. Doesn't get 2. Does a lot of damage. Where we do see a heal come out of the Clove here on the attacking side. Almost gets the first pick, does get the trade, and it is a 1v1, and the Sage here is on for the ace, but doesn't know that the Sova knows exactly where she's running. Does have the flank, does have the superior gun. And we may see the Sage does cut noise here. We're going to see this flank try to come through.
30 seconds left.
The Sage is running to site. Did get the heal off of their orb. Gonna get the plant down, which then puts the fight back a little bit into their favor. But Red Wiz does have the flank and gets the kill. So the defense is going to save their buy round here. They're going to go up 2-0 in this game. And we do see the economy. This attack half will now have a full buy, which means that they will be able to purchase rifles, while the defense is going to have mostly pistols and this Spectre that's carried over from the last round.
under fight. Who are we to disobey?
We do see these attack side rifles coming out. We do see a lot of Vandals. These Vandals are very similar to your AKs in CS2. And the Phantom is more similar to the CT side gun. I forget what the M4. We are going to see a B-side hit. Again, this B-side is very, very sided towards these longer range weapons when we have snipers in play as well as these rifles. We're going to see these take that first contact. We do see the chamber here try to take that first contact. Is able to TP out, one of the advantages of their kit. He's going to take a little bit more of an aggressive angle here. Nice pick by the defense. Good trade here. We do get the res. However, Yoru's now backside, trying to play their life down to 35 health. Does not get the pick, and team unable to trade due to this Viper Orb here. Very well placed Viper Orb. The Wingman is unable to secure the plant, so we're going to have to see the attack side kind of fight back into this site. We do see the Jet top heaven here, and it's down to the Cypher with a Bucky. This is very challenging. This is where those rifles come in handy. And we do see the Sage Wall come out. It's going to be very hard for the Cypher here to retake this site. Not really any point in saving the gun, unlike the last game where he had 3,200 creds in kind of savings. We do get one pick, which is great. Great for their eco. We do see the Cypher is going to be holding this angle here. Just trying not to let them get any other picks. Got a teammate here. That means that every person on the attack side got a kill. So we are now 2-1. Defense is winning. We're going to see kind of the same defensive setup here. We're going to have the Sova Jet towards A, the Viper towards mid, and then the two Sentinels at B. The attack side does look like they're leaning a little bit towards B. However, it looks like they might have decided to go A towards the end of their call. Looks like they're going to have this chamber here try to lurk mid just a little bit, try to find a pick if someone's pushing out. We do see the dart come in. No dart break, so it's going to scan 2 players at least. We're going to see this chamber here. A little bit close to the Viper. We do see a heavy mid stack here. We do have Jet and Cypher towards Art. Do break the cam, which gives the info that there is one mid. However, they still don't know that there's anyone A main. Trying to play silent here. Does look like they're going to double up towards mid. Maybe try to take some contact in here. Try to kill the Viper. We do have the Cypher trip on the other side of these doors here, which is a lot of info that the defense can play off of. We do see the Cypher trip. Now we're doubled up here in connector on the defensive side. The attack's playing very, very slow here. A little bit of a switch up from previous rounds. Does take the first contact in Art and does win that fight. We do see the Mosh come back site. Does get the pick in the trade here. We do see a fight coming up here towards mid. This Cypher and this Chamber are gonna have to fight for this space. Do see a gap in the Cypher cage here. Does give out some information. This Chamber is aware of the location. Cannot win the fight out though, and we did have a second fight here win. We do see a Cypher ult come in, does give away the last 2 positions of the attack side. They do have 13 seconds left, so they also have to hit the site. We do see the attack side hold off. Cap'n getting a 3k to secure the round. So defense is now up 3-1. We're going to see what the attack side can do here to try to change things around. They waited very late until that round to try to hit the site, and it ended up shooting them in the foot. You see a Viper wall go out towards A, Viper orb over towards B. Pretty standard setup from what they're looking to do, and it does look like the attack side is going to lean towards A here. We'll see if someone tries to shoot this dart here that seems to be coming in pretty frequently. Does look like Oosh right here is pre-aimed for. It does look like he's potentially aimed in the wrong spot though, as I believe it's up higher. Is ready for the little flick though, and we're going to see this Thrash come in, one of the ultimate abilities. Ooh, does hit one teammate, one opposing team member. Both of them get away scot-free here. The defensive side is stacked up here now. Do have 3. Kind of a little bit prodding towards mid as well as the Cypher. And we're going to see some contact come out. No picks taken yet. And the attack does take the first pick here on Swizzle. We do still have one backside. Does get the pick here, so we're going to see this Jet try to hold off alone. Does get walled off. Breaks the wall. Can't stop the plant from going down, so the attack will have plant here, and we will be in a post-plant scenario. Capping here with the ultimate ability. We'll pull out his op here, trying to find another pick, but it's going to be very hard for the defense to come into this, especially with that flank going down. We may see the defensive side opt for a save here. It is very possible. Oosh is posted up on this, ready for someone to take the contact. And as this wall gets ready to go down, Jet does get the pick. Vanquish here, looking like he's opting to save. We'll go through connector here. And does hear the Gecko CT running away, but they will decide not to take the contact. Offense wanting to save their guns because their eco is not doing too hot. But they did secure the round, which will get them some more money. And the defensive side looks like they're on potentially a half buy here. 3-2 towards the defensive side. Again, this map hasn't been in rotation for a long time, so the teams may be trying to figure out how to play it again. Kind of threw them for a loop, wanting to get them ready for their seasons coming up. Again, this is the Mines Esports Lab grand opening event. It's just a show match of some of our members, just kind of playing, having fun, kind of announcing the opening of the room. Again, there will be open rec hours if you're not involved with the Mines Club Sports teams. You can go ahead and go to the Mines Rec Sports website. Go ahead and look at the open hours. They will start tomorrow, September 24th. And we will see kind of some teams start playing in here as well. We'll probably have some streams coming out from our players. If you want to go ahead and get updated on those, join the Mines Esports Discord. And we do see some picks coming in. Looks like offensive side is now up 3-2. Defensive side is stacked a little bit towards A in that mid side. Again, their economy was not great going into this round. So we do see this Cypher here with a Vandal. It does look like we're planting B. Going to play this post-plant long here. And this should be a round secured for the offensive team, taking us to 3-3. But you never know what could happen. Do have this lurk through mid, trying to find the Cypher if he's saving. Cypher is posted up a little bit closer to B. Still opting to save, though. Very hard to get back in this round, especially with 18 health. That is one shot from any of these Vandals here. We'll take them out of the game pretty quick. So offense is still hunting for the pick. They don't want to give them that economy. Don't want to give them any more money than they already have. We may see the Cypher come in contact with the Chamber here, but it's very unlikely. And we are now all tied up 3-3, going into the 7th round of this game. Chamber on the offensive side. Saying he was looking for that last member, but couldn't find him. Didn't quite clear the full map. Got to clear closer to sight there. Are going to see this offensive side is still stacked a little bit towards spawn here. Haven't quite made their decision, but we do see a change up. We do have the Cypher putting his util on A on defense here, or at least some of it. This tech has been leaning a little bit more towards A. Does look like we're on a tech pause as well. Oh, looks like Hutton has disconnected. So we're going to go ahead and go back and show the room here. Again, for those of you who are just now recently joining us, we do have 10 player PCs. Each of these will be able to play all of the games we support. Our current varsity teams are Counter-Strike 2, Rocket League, League of Legends, Valorant, and Overwatch 2. We do plan to add support for Rainbow Six Siege, We would look into getting some Call of Duty games in here with the new release of Black Ops 6 coming up soon. We do also want to provide support for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate once we get Switch compatibility on these PCs, which means we need some docks. So a couple more upgrades for the room, but currently our teams can play in the room as well as open play. Again, if you want to see open play hours, go ahead and see the Minds Rec Sports website tomorrow. There'll be an esports page opening up so you can come in and just have some Rec Sports play. If you're a Mind student, all you have to do, it's basically like the Rec Center. You'll go in and you'll scan your blaster card, and you'll be given access to the room. Within the room, there's already peripherals, so there's already keyboards and mics. You would have to bring in like headphones, so if you do have some just like Apple earbuds or like basically any other earbuds, headset, whatever you have, you can bring that in, connect them to the PCs, and be able to play some games. We will have some games that we don't offer on the computers as well. We will have things like Fortnite. Has there been any effort to ensure that sound/comms aren't an issue, like talking over each other or listening into opposing teams? So that's actually, we're kind of testing that out today as we speak. So we'll kind of see how it goes. We do know, we have looked at it getting in some like barriers to go in between the comms. We don't know how big of an issue it will be, so we'll kind of figure that out now. We will have some teams playing multiple games at the same time. So like I believe Valorant and League of Legends will play both of their matches at the same time. It'll be a little adjustment period. If you guys have anything that like the club needs, absolutely. Then go ahead and tell Rec Sports and tell Club Sports that as much as possible. The more that you guys use your voice to say, hey, we need this for the room, the more likely we are to get those things for the room. So use your voice, speak up, tell Club Esports admins and officers what you need. Tell Rec Sports, hey, we would like some more like headsets in the room, so then you don't have to bring your own mouse pads, things like that. Like, tell us what you need, and the more voices we hear, the more likely we are to get funding for those. Are using TeamSpeak for comms today? We are. So we're testing that out as well. We know we've had some minor technical difficulties with that, but I believe TeamSpeak has been set up and these teams are using that. They're using that for a little bit. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens kind of with sound issues. Not really sure what's going to happen with those, but we're hoping those aren't a huge issue. And again, if there are anything that the club needs, make your voice heard. You know, we as officers, we can do as much as we can to try to make the club voices heard and kind of get ahead of anything. But until you guys get in the room, experience it, you know, speak up, we can't really make any changes. So, yeah, let's go ahead and try to make our voices heard. Try to get in here. Use the Rec Sports hours if you can. The more that we use those, the higher chance we can to get those earlier in the day. I kind of have some potential insider information, and it does sound like they're going to be in the afternoons. So if you have some open hours earlier in the day, it will not be open for those. So the more we speak up and the more we use our voices as a club and as a community, the more we'll be able to get done. But we are getting back into the game. So we're going to see the Cypher take up a little bit more positioning towards A. We do see the offense kind of opt towards taking this mid just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and try to offer a flash in here. That art box is very hard to hold, but they do end up getting one pick off of it. This Jet's on very, very low health. We do see the Yoru take some space and get a pick here. May try to offer a TP into Flowers. We do see this Viper here. Does destroy the Yoru TP, so can't TP in. But the offense still opting to try to get Flowers controlled just a little bit. Are there any headsets provided? Along that note, what peripherals are provided? So currently in the room, we only have keyboards, mice, and monitors. We do not have headsets. We do have some like backup ones that are like very generic. They do not have a mic on them, and they will work in a worst case scenario. I would recommend that you bring your own there. I would also recommend that you bring your own mouse pads. We do recognize that mouse pads are very sought after and would be very, very useful for the team. So we're trying to get funding for those. You may bring those out of Club Sports, but we do not have any at this exact moment. So bring your own mouse pads. If you do need an external microphone, like if your headset doesn't have it, we also recommend you bring that on your own. but we do have keyboards and mice. And tapping here out with the 3K, securing the round. Defenders are going to get the retake here and win the round. Where do I go to put in the feedback? Since I know you're currently in our Discord, what I would do is I would put them in the Esports Lab discussion. You can also email club-esports@minds.edu. That'll be very good if we want to document long-term cases, so then we can kind of put those in a folder for the future club officers, because we will, obviously, as students move through, that feedback will change. But I recommend Club Esports discussion would probably be a very good place for that in our Discord, as well as our email at club-esports@minds.edu. That'd again be a fantastic place for it to go. Does look like this offense is going to opt for A just a little bit more. Again, they don't really want to contest this op on B long, so they're opting to kind of go somewhere else. We do see a pick come out early on that B long. Again, that op is very hard to push off, especially with the chamber who can just TP away. And this offensive side going to try to go in through here and take some art control. We do see the Cypher has control of connector.
Spike down mid. You will not kill my ally.
Good pick out here from the Clove, Tater Tot. And they may try to offer a B split here. This op will have to contest with two different areas. Does TP back site, which the Clove should be aware of. And should have the timing on here. Ooh, unfortunately, the Yoru didn't wait quite long enough and could not get the full pick here. I'm capping out with the 3K. We do see CSM Oosh out here, trying to clutch up the round for his team. We do see two here on flank and then one coming through the mid. And we might see the first contact here out through mid. Does identify where Jet is. It does give the information for the last two players, though. And they will likely swing together, trying to trade off each other. Just win here in the last post plant here. You just see a dart come out, try to identify where he is. And Oosh winning the round for his team, bringing the score to 4-4. We are all tied up once again. I'm going to go ahead and let this round play out just a little bit, because I believe we are coming towards a transition in the event, which means our stream will potentially be ending here in a couple, but I want to get information on when that's going to happen. I can just... I'll just ask the people who are in the room to get that information. We will see this Jet here try to get this orb. Potentially getting her ult close to it. We do have some fans of some of the players in chat as well. Some Swizzle fans. Swizzle is the Viper here, pushing up. We do miss that kill here. We are going to see a big flank come through here. A-Dog the King having to contest a lot of different angles right here. We'll see how he opts to fight here. We do get the close smoke coming in. Trying to protect him just a little bit. And you're unable to just make anything happen. A-Dog the King kind of surrounded here. A little bit low on money. And unable to win at the round, and the defenders go up by 1. 5-4 defensive stop. Hearing you entirely one ear. Let's see if that fixed it. Awesome. Okay, we had it set to the wrong thing. Alrighty, and that is going to conclude the event for today. Thank you all for being here. If you guys have any questions, let us know in the Discord, and we'll try to help you guys out with that. Thank you all for being here, and yeah, we hope to see you guys in the room, both for Rec Sports Common Hours, as well as the Minds Esports events here in the